This is how you build your business credit in spite of your personal credit. Where you come from with your personal credit matters, but not as much as your growth in your business credit. So one of the biggest things when I was younger was I would go out and I would leverage business credit, because at a certain point in time in my first 2 years in business, my credit score dropped to a 480, then it went down to a 460 because I was not making payments. I couldn't afford to. My credit got bad because I was trying to make a business run, and I had creditors in collection agencies coming after me personally. This was back in like 1995. And so I remember going in, and a colleague of mine said, Jerome, get an employer identification number, create business credit. And I want to walk you guys through the exact 10 processes that I utilized back in the 1990s. They're the exact same processes that exist today. If you have good credit and just want to build and separate your business credit, this is an incredible way to do it. If you have bad credit and you're looking at rebuilding your personal credit to be able to go out there and do something personally, that's great. But you should also at the same time be building your business credit, because this truly was the means for my success and my leverage as far as going out and rebuilding my personal credit. Because my personal credit was so bad, it took me several years to do so, where it took me 2 to 5 years to really get my personal credit back to where it needed to be. I was able to do this in about 1.5 years. And so it does take some time. It doesn't happen overnight. You can get good business credit within 12 months, but to get good business credit to do big business relationships does take in excess of 12 months to be able to go out there and do that, but still less than going out and repairing your own personal credit. Now, for those of you guys that have great personal credit, what I do today is I separate it in order to go in and make sure that I limit my liabilities, and I put the business itself on its own pedestal and create its own credit worthiness to be able to go out and stand independently of myself, which is great because I can go out and buy equipment, buildings, cars. I can leverage a ton of stuff this way. So look, one of the most important things is in real estate, we want to make sure that we go in and we establish business credit, because if we establish business credit, we get lines of credit on one of our entities to go out there and purchase real estate, build, develop, and go out and buy materials from suppliers through our own lines of credit with our corporation instead of doing it through our own personal lines. And this is the way we actually did it. Let me explain this to you. So in early years, in 1998, when I first got started in the construction industry, I had ruined my credit back in the early 90s when I was in multi-level marketing. We came in and we went and incorporated my business. So at the time, we did what's called a sub-chapter S corporation. You can do a C Corp or you could do an S Corp. Now, I'm not going to go over entity structuring today. Just know that you can do an LLC, limited partnership. You can do sub-chapter S corporations, C corporations, limited partnerships. You can do a multitude of different type of corporations. Now, to keep it simple, just go out on your first one and utilize an LLC. When you get an LLC, a limited liability corporation, you go in and immediately apply for an employer identification number. Now, the IRS requires you to do this immediately within the first few days of you actually going in and incorporating your business. So this is a mandatory requirement now. It didn't used to be a couple years ago, but it is today. And so you go in, you get what's called your EIN number, which stands for Employer Identification Number. That's a federal number. You can go online. This takes about 10 minutes to do. So once you go in, you incorporate your business, you pay your state registration fees. We use an affiliate, Prime Corp Services, which I'll drop a link at the end of this video, and you can actually use them with our affiliate link and get your first LLC set up for free. They don't pay state filing fees for you, but through our affiliate, you guys are welcome to use Prime Corp Services to go through step number 1 and even step number 2, okay? They will take care of these 2 entity structuring pieces for you at a very reduced cost. Great way to be able to go in and start your business credit profile. Okay, now, once we get our employer identification number, this is like your social security number for your business. It works the exact same way as your personal security number. So if you have bad credit on your social security number, now what you need to do is you need to become an upright, standing tall professional and start paying your bills correctly. Okay, all of the bad debt stuff, you can start working on that on the side. You can use a company like Lexington Law or one of these other credit repair companies to be able to go out and utilize them to repair your personal credit. But in spite of your personal credit, you can go in with your new employer identification number. It's like being a brand new person because you just separated your personal and your business. Your personal and your business. Now, respectfully so, make sure that your business stands on its own 2 feet and you go in and run it reputably, okay? So you don't ruin your business credit like you did your personal credits. You have to be responsible. Now, once you go in and you get your employer identification number, go to the bank and open up a bank account. You're going to go in and open up that bank account under this employer identification number. So now you have business credit worthiness because of your bank account. And so you go in, let's say you go to like a Bank of America or a Chase, or you go into Wells Fargo. One of the big things that these guys want to do is they want to sell small credit to you. They do want to sell small credit. One of my first personal lines of credit that I got was from a small credit union. One of my first business lines of credit that I got was actually from Compass Bank, which is now PNG. And I remember this lady, Lisa Wade, when I first opened up my business, I didn't think I was credit worthy for business credit because my credit was so trash. And Lisa said, Jerome, just try, it won't hurt. And I remember opening up J. Jacob Enterprises, our construction company, and I remember her coming back and saying, Jerome, you've got to get a line of credit. You have to get a line of credit. What if you need trucks? What if you need supplies? What if you need things for your business? I go, I don't. We're doing fine. We don't need them. I was afraid of credit at the time because I had ruined my personal credit, didn't feel I needed the business credit, and through a little bit of persuasion through Lisa, she came in and said, Jerome, just apply for a simple line of credit or a simple credit card through your bank, okay? So when you go in, it's real important to get a bank that is business friendly, okay? What bank is that? A lot of banks. There's a lot of bank and trusts. There's a lot of local banks, even small banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. A lot of these guys are not business friendly in regards to business loans for commercial assets. They're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. But when you go in for small business loans and small business lines of credit, they actually are really small business friendly. So when you go into like a Bank of America, some of my earlier lines of credit cards and business credit came from Bank of America, came from places like Chase, okay? So you go in, you open your bank account with one of these companies, either a small local small business bank that's business friendly or a large bank. And then once you open up your bank account utilizing your EIN number, you go in and apply for a business credit card immediately. It doesn't matter if that credit card's $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. Apply for more than you need. So if you go in, you open up your business, go and apply for $100,000 or $50,000 credit card immediately. All they'll say is they'll maybe deny you for $50,000 but give you $25,000. They might deny you for $25,000 but give you $10,000. But whatever they give you is further ahead than what you are today in your business line of credit. Now, it's up to you to be reputable, pay your bills on time, utilize the credit card, and not over leverage yourself. So let's say for sake of example, you're going out and you're building a house, and instead of paying for your fireplace with a checkbook or utilizing your construction loan, what if you put the fireplace on your credit card and you paid for it? Now you maybe get some airline miles because maybe you have a business rewards card, which I love, and you go in and then you take your construction loan, pay off your credit card. You still have the receipt to show your lender. Now you start establishing good credit. So you have to pay on time and you have to monitor your credit report. So now one of the big things here, guys, that helped me so much was number 5, okay? We apply for a business credit card, but after we do that, we establish trade credit. Now, in construction, in development, and in real estate, you're going to have trade professionals that you utilize for lumber, for concrete, for fixtures, electrical fixtures, plumbing fixtures. When you go in, establish business credit with them. You go in, they usually have a 1-page, maybe a 2-page credit application through your supply house. And the ones that actually report to the credit bureaus are better when you're establishing credit. I know for a lot of people, like, well, I don't want them to report to the credit bureau. It's because you're thinking in a fashion where you're not going to pay them on time or pay them back. You have to pay people back. You have to pay people back on time. There's a scale of balance, right? You have to make sure that you're incorporating your business correctly for long-term success. This is a long-term deal. So one of the things we do is we establish business credit immediately. When I was younger with a concrete company, I'd go in and I established credit with a plumbing company. I established a line of credit with gravel companies and aggregate companies for road base and gravel and landscape materials and so forth and so on. We went in with every single supplier we had that we utilized for our homes, floor and decor. All these people, we go in and we get trade credit from them. Trade credit, your tile suppliers, your roofing suppliers, any materials that you buy for your homes, for your developments, for your multifamily, you should be establishing trade credit with those professionals through your business, utilizing your EIN number. on the application, it'll ask. Now, some of them might ask your personal information for you to back it. And even if you have bad credit, for a lot of them, you just put that information on there. Now, I will tell you this. A lot of trade credit professionals, sometimes when you just go in there, you're a cash customer paying regularly, and you become a good, reliable customer for them over the course of 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, and you're doing business with them, sometimes they won't even make you fill out an application for trade credit. They just see you in there every day paying. So they'll extend to you a $5,000 line of credit, then a $10,000 line of credit. Say, hey, I have a commercial project that I'm doing, and I need a little bit. If you don't even tell them, you just go order and say, hey, can I put $10,000 on my trade credit line so that I can go in and get more lumber or more plumbing materials or more roofing materials? And so I start doing that, and you take it from a $5,000 to $10,000 to $40,000 to $60,000 to $100,000 trade credit. Now, typically these are due in 30 days, okay? Just like a credit card. You can't sit there and leverage it for a year. You have to go in, and with trade credit, the way it works is every single month you pay it down to zero every 30 days. And so I never use trade credit as actual credit. I use it for convenience. And so the way trade credit is used is not for them to finance your construction project, your fix and flip, your new build. It's not for that. It's so that way, if you're in Disneyland with your family and you need lumber drop, you call your trade professional and say, hey, I need 30 sheets of OSB. I need 150 2x6s. I need some rebar. I need whatever I need dropped at my job site. And they say, no problem. And they deliver it out. They send an invoice. And now you're not inconvenienced out in Disneyland. You can go out and utilize your trade credit to be able to drop materials while you're gone. Or you can go in one day, like this is what I do with Floor and Decor. I go in, I look at all my materials, I take pictures of my SKUs. Then when I have time, I go back to the office, pencil it out, give them a call, and I say, hey, I need this item, this item, this item, and this item. This is the quantity. So-and-so is going to pick it up. They say, thank you. Boom. They say, you want to put it on your account? I say, yes, please. And then I tell them, send me the invoice so I can approve it. Once I approve it and say, yes, looks good, boom, it goes on my trade credit. And then my guys go in, they pick it up. And then when the bill comes in via email, we just simply write a check or pay it through QuickBooks, and boom, it's done every single month, okay? Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put on my trade credit, then I'll pay my trade credit with my business credit card. Then I'll pay my business credit card through the bank account that I opened up. So this way, I use my trade credit for convenience. I use my credit card for travel points and to be able to hit my credit score so that I'm using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off every month. Sometimes we'll pay these off twice a month. So we'll go in and then we'll get our travel points, won't pay for airline tickets through our business credit. Then we pay our business credit through our bank account. Does that make sense? So it goes boom, downhill to pay this, okay? That's how we use our business credit every single day. Now, once we go in and do that, we monitor our credit report because there's all kinds of stuff that goes on your credit report, ladies and gentlemen. You might rent something. They might think that you didn't return something from the rental company, and now all of a sudden they sent you to collections, and you're sitting back going, what the heck? I returned that. You still have the receipt. You go back, you tell them, you make them take that off. But you have to monitor it because it does no good to establish business credit if you don't monitor, and then somebody else makes a mistake on your behalf, and then you have to go in and fix it. So make sure you're monitoring your credit report. Don't get frivolous with this, because if you start just applying for credit everywhere, it's going to ping your credit as well. And now your business credit starts becoming overwhelmed and beat up just like your personal credit. So you want to respect your credit report, okay? Now, 7, make timely payments. That's just common sense, ladies and gentlemen. That's common sense. Everything you do up here is timely. You're utilizing it like a professional. You're utilizing it to make sure that you're building a business long-term. If you plan on developing long-term and you're building single-family homes, you're going to do it under one entity. When you do it under that one entity, you want business lines of credit for the rest of your life, okay? This is not capital gains. It's not a single investment. You're not holding that asset under that LLC or that corporation. This is active income through one LLC or one corporation that you build under, and that one entity holds that liability forever, okay? Now, if you go out and buy a building, you're going to do it under a different LLC, okay? But for all intended purposes, your day in, day out, master business, your master business, this is what you do, okay? Now, number 8, we're going to apply for a business loan. Once you go in and you start doing these 3 things right here on a regular basis, this right here is the key. And you do this regularly. This is every 30 days, okay? You do this regularly. Every 30 days, you're cycling this money, okay? Now, once you do that for a little while, you go out and you apply for a business loan, either like an SBA loan an auto loan for your business, the car that you buy for yourself, but you're using it for business, you're driving to job sites, you're picking up materials from Home Depot, Lowe's, that vehicle, you should apply through your EIN number in your credit line. You take in your articles of incorporation, you take in your EIN number, and now you go in and you apply for a business loan for an auto loan or a building. So if, let's say, you're renting a building, put the rent, the lease, not in your name, but under the business name, and start creating business credit through your actual business itself, okay? This is where you go in and get small SBA loans to grow your business, or you go in and buy a piece of real estate, ladies and gentlemen, through your business, and you get a loan for that real estate through your business, because you've been doing this consistently for months on end, month after month, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, okay? So it's showing that credit worthiness, that credit history. And when you use, like what we do is we'll put 6 figures a month on all our credit cards, but we're paying them off a couple times a month. So when it shows a zero balance, but it shows a lot of usage. So it gives us larger bandwidth, and it gives us stronger capabilities of going in and building our business credit. Does that make sense? But when it started, it was $1,000, pay it off. $2,000, pay it off. $5,000, pay it off. $10,000, pay it off. $20,000, woo, pay it off. $30,000, woo, it's getting scary, right? Pay it off, pay it off, pay it off. Because your business is growing. As your business grows and you start utilizing more, revenue should be coming in that's in conjunction with what you're spending and more, right? And so as that happens, you're utilizing your credit to be able to establish a foundation. Now, this is pinnacle right here, guys. Once you go and get your business loan, this is great to help you. But if you don't do number 9, you limit yourself. You have to register your credit profile, okay? So as a business, you don't do this personally, but they want to say, are you a reputable business? Are you a respectful, reputable business that's rated by a reputable agency? And that's what like the Dun & Bradstreet does. So get a Dun & Bradstreet number, okay? It's the Dun & Bradstreet number is like your identification number for business registration. This right here is the Coca-Cola of business registrations, right? So you think about the soft drink world, Coca-Cola, you say, hey, I want a Coke. Instead of saying a soft drink, people use it as the ploy for a soft drink, but the Dun & Bradstreet is that for credit and business registration. Go register your business. There's other reputable agencies like Experian Business or Equifax Small Business. You can register your business with those entities as well. And so those will also help your credit profile. So when somebody comes in, like a banker, you're looking for a commercial loan on a piece of real estate, and they pull up your business, boom, 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 a DUN number pops up, you're registered with Equifax and Experian. They're going, okay, cool. They have numbers, they're registered, they're established, they're not a fly-by-night company. We know that they're here, they've been around, their credit profile is established, registered, and confirmed, And these items, ladies and gentlemen, allow you to go out and build a credit profile. Now, you could actually do this almost immediately when you open up your business. Give it just a couple months. You can do everything, but maybe apply for a business loan all within the first 6 months of opening up your business. And if you do it right and you come in strong, you can even do that within your first 6 months. But to really do it, most people will take anywhere between 12 to 18 months to go through this entire process consistently and timely on your payments to establish business credit. Now, you have an entity that stands on its own 2 feet in spite of your own social security number and your own personal credit. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how you leverage business credit to grow, buying land, building houses, getting into commercial real estate, and your own business to be able to run it long term for the duration of time without leveraging your personal social security number, personal credit to be able to go out there and win. And this is how you compound your financial success. For more videos just like this, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you click and subscribe. Pound that thumbs up button. I'm going to recommend some ground up build videos at the end of this video to continue your educational platform.